In this video, I'll be ranking every single item in Ballistic. If you happen to enjoy this video, consider leaving a like and subscribing, and using code WATSOG in the Fortnite item shop. Also remember, at 2,000 subscribers, I'm going to be ranking every single Fortnite skin, so make sure to subscribe. Alright, let's get straight into the video. Alright, starting at the bottom of our list, in number 7, we have the Impulse Grenade. Now, the Impulse Grenade isn't that bad, it's got its utility, I think it's fairly solid actually. But the problem is that there's just not really a lot you could do with it outside of just propel yourself. Sure, you can use it to get on top of the containers or stuff, but most of the stuff you can use Impulse Grenades to get on top of, you can get on top of normally without them. So they're kind of useless in my opinion. Sure, you might be able to move around a little faster, but at the end of the day, it's really not that big of a deal, and it's honestly probably the worst kit you could choose to start off your game. At number 6, I have the Proximity Grenade, or Proximity Mine. So the Proximity Mine, again, not bad, but the only real use you can use for it is placing it by the device, which, sure, it could be good, but the grenades themselves are not going to kill anyone unless they have no shield whatsoever. So it's not that crazy, and they're only really useful if your opponent has no shield. I'd rather just use other items to kind of deflect players from getting to the shield, and I think there's other items that do that way better, higher up on this list. At number 5, we have the Frag Grenades. So these are just your typical grenades, throw them down, they explode after like a second or two, and they do 100 damage. Now, they're about as good as grenades normally are in Fortnite. If you get them off, it's really good. 100 damage is really nice, but at the end of the day, they're situational at best. You can't really use them in many good situations, so just because of that, I'd have to put them at 5. Sure, maybe if you have a certain angle you throw it at, yeah, sure, but you also have time to run away. Sure, it's not a lot of time to run away, but there's still time nonetheless. So I think just do that. I can't place it any higher. It's a very situational item, and I'd rather use most other items above it on this list. At number 4, we have the Smoke Grenade. Now, the Smoke Grenade is kind of unique in it being one of 2 items you can get no matter the kit you choose, and I think it's a solid item, One way I particularly like to use it is by throwing it down and hiding in it when I'm planting the device. But outside of, planting it or being the attacker, it's not really that great, which is why I can't place it any higher. Not to mention that there's another item that does its job better. Sure, that one's locked to a kit and this one's available for everyone, but it still does its job better. Smoke grenades just are solid, and them being accessible to every player makes it a certainly good item, but its problem is that it's very limited in the way you can use it, and you can only really use it on one side, which knocks it down a few points. At number 3, we have the Bubble Shield. So the Bubble Shield basically does the smoke grenade's job but better in my opinion. Sure, it is only locked to one person per team being able to have these, but at the end of the day, I think the way it just completely protects you while you're inside the bubble certainly makes it a viable choice. Just being able to plant the device without having to worry about someone killing you is certainly nice, because if someone's running up on you and they try to get in your bubble shield, your teammates can easily shoot them before they get in there. So it certainly makes a good attacker item. It suffers the same problem as a smoke grenade too, where it can only really be used by attackers because there's not really a lot of viable use for it for the defenders, which it has more than the smoke grenade because it protects you 100% while you're inside it. But it's very one-sided, just not as one-sided as a smoke grenade is. For second place in our runner-up spot, we have the Recon Grenades. Now, the Recon Grenades are a really solid item. Just being able to mark players is good for both teams, and I believe it's one of only 2 items that are really good for both teams. All the rest of the items on this list just feel very situational and dependent on what team you're playing on, but the Recon Grenade is really good no matter what team you're on. It just marks players nearby or that gets picked up in its skin, and having that valuable information is certainly very nice to see, and outside of that, there's nothing else really I need to say about it. Its functionality warrants it being here. But that being said, there's only one item that I would say is better than that, and it is the Flashbang. The Flashbang, in my opinion, should be a kit, because this item just feels really overbearing sometimes. It being accessible to every player just kind of makes it feel a bit overpowered in a sense. This item is very good because it just completely blocks out your opponent's vision for a good second or two, which you can't really do anything if your vision's blocked. You just have to pray and hope that you are in a good hiding spot. Because if you are out in the open and they flashbang you, oh no, you're probably gonna die because you have no idea where you're going and you can't see anything to shoot them. So you're kind of screwed. And in other games with flashbang grenades in them, they're typically locked to heroes. I know Valorant has a hero that's got flashbangs, and that's about it. You can't just get them no matter what you're playing. So I think they should be locked to a kit and maybe bring out the frag grenades as the separate item. I don't know. That's just a personal opinion of mine, but I think the flashbang is the best item just because it's the best item, you know? It has the most utility. It's usable by any team no matter what side, and it's really good at any time in the game. You just gotta be able to look away while it explodes, you know? So, yeah, that's all I really have to say about it. Alright, if you guys enjoyed that video, consider leaving a like and subscribing and using code WATSOG in the Fortnite item shop. Also remember, at 2,000 subscribers, I'm going to be ranking every single Fortnite skin, so make sure to subscribe. Alright, see you in the next one. Later.